Stampers, and thanks for joining me today. Today we will be creating this gorgeous card. This card is perfect for several occasions. It's great for Valentine's Day, could also be used as a sympathy card, a wedding card, even a birthday card. So I'll be using the Curly Cute stamp set, which I just got. So it's fresh out of the box. So I'll also show you how these clear mount stamps work. Let's get started. So I'm going to start with my clear mount stamp set that comes in this great, easy to store DVD case. When I open it up, I have both the labels and I have my stamps. I'm going to start by peeling off the backing of the stamp. And now on the label here, they're split in the middle. I'm just going to peel off the backing of the stamp that I'm using, the Thinking of You. Going to line it right up on there. And voila! There's an easy way to stick your adhesive to the back. I like to save this piece too and stick them right back in it when I'm done. Now the back of this is not sticky. This is actually a cling mount stamp. I'll be taking Stampin' Up! Acrylic Block H, which fits this one. And I'm going to just press it right down over the top. Sometimes if you have a brand new stamp, especially the little ones, if it's being naughty and it's just not sticking to the block, like this is sticking really well, but just pretend it wasn't, use your breath to huff on the block and then stick it down. I will continue to use this same clear block on all of the images in this set and every other one, so I only need one of H. It makes these store really easily, but we still have the same great rubber image that Stampin' Up! Is known for. And we're ready to go! This gorgeous card was designed by my downline, Linda Cullen. Alright, Twilight fans, not related to Edward, really. She made this for our Demonstrator meeting last night, and it is just fabulous. I couldn't wait to share it with you. She's so talented. I'll be taking the Stampin' Up! Heart. We're going to punch this out of scrap paper, or I'll be taking some Dotto temporary adhesive, just a tiny little bit of that on our little heart. Next, I'm going to take one of Stampin' Up! Sponge daubers that slides right on your finger like this, and I do reuse these. This just happens to be a brand new one. And some Blushing Bride, which is a really pretty peachy pink. Peachy pink, that's fun to say. So we're just going to dip this right into the Blushing Bride and just rub it right along the edge of our heart, which we're using as a mask. So once we've used the sponge dauber around the heart, we're going to apply our background before we take off our mask. For that, we'll be using the gorgeous En Française background stamp set and some crumb cake. Makes you hungry, doesn't it? Now I am laying this big background stamp right on its back and inking it up. I find this the easiest way to work with our background stamps because there's such a big area. Leave this right on its back. We're going to flip this cardstock over, lay it right on top, and just press it down. And then when you lift it up, beautiful! And then, magic! We take off our mask. How cool is that? So to really make this elegant, I'm going to take a little piece of vellum. I like to use Stampin' Up's vellum cardstock. And I'll be using the Define Your Life stamp set from Stampin' Up! This has so many great sayings in it. This is a wood mount stamp set, and it is double mounted, so the word's on the other side too. Stamp this in the early espresso ink, and right in the middle. And I haven't actually attached this yet. I'm going to be taking Stampin' Up's vintage trinkets. These are so fun. Check them out. They're little safety pins and the brads. And the brads are little buttons. How stinking cute are these? We're using the paper piercer and the matte pack to poke a hole. And then we just poke that brad right through to the back and spread. Once you've attached both of them, you have your little buttons on there. And a very elegant greeting over our mask. For our card base, we'll be using Ivory Naturals cardstock. This was an 8.5 by 11, cut in half the long way. So the base is now 5.5 by 4.25, and it opens this way. Make sure you use your bone folder so you get a nice crisp line. To match our Blushing Bride ink that we're using, we're going to use Blushing Bride cardstock, and I'm also taking some of Stampin' Up's Blushing Bride designer paper, so everything really blends together. I'm going to take just a little strip of this, using some snail double-sided adhesive right to the bottom panel. Break out our early espresso ink again, and the Thinking of You from Curly and Cute. Stamp it on some crumb cake cardstock. Now you can attach this right on like this, and it's beautiful. Linda had also used Stampin' Up's Tastefully Trimmed Big Shot die to cut these scallops, so we'll add that too. I attached a little bit of snail on the back of the Thinking of You, and I'm just going to layer that right over the scallop. One more cool little embellishment here. I'm going to take our template. This also comes in the matte pack with our paper piercing mat. I am lining up this line with the folded edge of the card and this line with this edge. Place them over the paper piercing mat, and I'm going to take the paper piercer and poke. I'm doing 3 diagonal and 5 down, and then the holes in between. So when you're done, you have a really cool paper pierced corner. You want to do that on either side. We'll take our heart panel, using a little snail, Place that right on. And then our Thinking of You panel right over it. Ah! Love it! And voila, that's it. That's all there is to this gorgeous card. For more great samples, tips, and tutorials, be sure to visit my blog. Thanks for joining me today.